Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. It's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping back for another edition of Teach Me Tuesday. Today I'm actually going to be playing with the brand new Butterfly Brilliance Bundle. So the Brilliance Bundle is the stamp set and the dies that coordinate. And then there's also a Butterfly Brilliance collection, which I'm going to use a little bit of as well. But here's the dies, and I love, look at how much dies you have for butterflies. We should actually, maybe we'll use some of these little detail guys here. I have an idea for what I want to show you, like a little technique to use with this stamp set, but I haven't really designed the card yet, so we're going to kind of do that together. And then if you want so that's the bundle, and then the Butterfly Brilliance collection includes the stamps and the dies, and then also the patterned paper, which the stamps and the dies are a preview of something that will be in the annual catalog, but the paper will not. This is only available during the pre-order in the month of March. So really pretty kind of subtle colors on the back side, and then butterfly prints on the other side. And then also part of that collection is this natural wood specialty paper. It's called Natural Touch Specialty, so it's only available this month as well, I believe. So the collection is $71.25, so that includes the stamps, the dies, the paper, and the wood specialty paper. And then the just the bundle, I think, is like $54 or something like that. So you can do either way, but if I were you, I would just do the whole thing because it's beautiful. All right, so let me get started on the technique I want to show you, and then we'll turn it into a card. So I'm going to actually pull out my stamp apparatus, and I'm only using one of my plates because I just need the butterfly stamps. So, oh, I forgot to cut myself a piece of paper. Hold on a second while I get to my paper. Here, I'm going to cut it 5 by 6, and then we'll do a little technique here. So I'm going to actually, I put some washi tape on here already. I'm going to tuck it kind of inside that washi tape. That's just going to hold my paper steady when I stamp. So I'll put that down first. That looks a little crooked, although it doesn't really matter because we're going to die cut these out, so it's not a big deal. Then we're going to grab the stamp set, and you want to position the stamp set so it's on your paper like this, where you want it, so everything is on there. Then you're going to use the stamp apparatus plate to actually pick that stamp up. Okay, and then I'm going to use a combo of our Stampin' or our sponge brayer, which is this guy, and it comes in a box. I think it has, I forget, it's been a while since I bought them. I think you get 2 handles and 4 of the sponges. As you can see, I've used them for different colors, but it's called the Sponge Brayers, and it's item number 141714. I don't remember how much it is off the top of my head, but I can put it in the description of the video. It looks like I had a little bit of wetness still on that stamp, so it kind of bubbled up here, but we just won't use that one, I guess. All right, so let me just wipe this stamp off a little bit because it looks like it's still a little wet. I did just rinse it under the sink because it was just easier to make sure it was fully clean. All right, so we're going to slide this over, and I'm using Pear Pizzazz, Bermuda Bay, and Melon Mambo for my ink colors. And I'm going to start with Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to do an all-over color for the butterflies using the Pear Pizzazz. So you're just going to roll it on your ink pad. Make sure you do a full roll like this and not just like this, because otherwise you'll just get only that little bit will get ink on it, and you want the whole roller to have ink on it. And then you're just going to go ahead and ink up that stamp. And you want to make sure you get it good and inked, so you're going to go over that a couple spots and then just go right across the stamp like that. Okay, and then once I'm sure I've got the green laid down, and you can use whatever color you want. I usually try and pick a lighter color than my other colors though, so like a yellow or a green. You can just do like, or a light blue or something like that. You just want something lighter. And then I'm picking 2 darker colors to kind of sponge on some accent colors for these butterflies. What's really fun about this technique is you really don't know what you're going to get. So you can kind of really play with it and make some really fun patterns. I'll show you a couple of mine from earlier in a second. All right, so I'm going to just do a little bit of blue. You kind of want to pay attention to where you're putting it so that you don't repeat your spots. But that's, again, another reason why I like to use darker color inks, because I can see where I put them by just looking at the stamp. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with the pink, but I'm going to put the pink in different spots. So we don't want it to be overlapping too much. And I'm just blotting it on, so you don't have to be really meticulous about it. We'll put some here, there, and then we'll go up top here. And you don't want to take too long with this step because obviously you don't want the ink to dry. So now we're just going to close this shut and we're going to ink this up. And what I love about using my Stamparatus is that if I really make a giant mess or I miss a spot on the stamp, I can just re-ink a little bit and then stamp again because it's going to be perfectly lined up. So let me just move this back up into the window. I'm going to give it a little bit of CPR stamping here. It doesn't really matter if I catch the edges a little bit because I'm going to die cut these. So we're just going to make sure we get it fully transferred. And now is when we lift and see our magic. And there you go. Whoops, see, I missed a little bit there. So I'm just going to put it right back down. And I'm going to put a little bit of pressure right there. That's the beauty of these stamp positioning tools. This is our Stamparatus, and I love it for that. Because now, see, you can't even tell. This one looks a little light too. So I'm just going to add a little more pressure there. And there we go. Beautiful, right? Super fun, super easy. So now we can just take this out and we're going to just set this aside for a second. I can show you, I did one earlier. Same colors, but it looks a little bit different, less green, right? This one I did just with blues, just 2 different shades of blues. So yeah, so you can kind of play with it a little bit. I kind of like these. So let's go ahead and grab the Big Shot and the die to cut this out, and we'll get ourselves some butterflies to play with. Except I don't know what I did with my dies. There's the envelope. Oh, they're right here in front of me. Okay, so let me grab this, and we're just going to grab the die cut for this bundle. So you can see here it is, and it cuts them all out at once. How cool is that, right? So you stamp once and die cut once, and you get a multitude of beautiful butterflies to use on your project. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll that through. Okay. And now, if I move this over a little bit, you can see when I lift this up, we have all of these pretty little butterflies. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, take the Big Shot out of the way, and we'll pair it up with some of the pretty paper that's in the collection. So let's move that back out of the way. And I'm going to grab, I mentioned this on my Facebook Live the other day, but I am actually organizing a bunch of old kits that didn't have a home. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, well, let me just hold on and wait for a minute to see what color I want for that. I'm going to see what paper works best with my little butterflies. So I don't really want to do that because it's going to be too busy, but I do want to show you that you can actually cut out all of those butterflies using the die as well. So that's really cool. So I'm probably going to use one of these background patterns because I think that will be less busy, but I just got to find one that kind of works. This one might be pretty, actually. This little blue, even though I don't have a lot of blue in there, we use that Bermuda Bay, which kind of makes a bluish green. So that one might work. So let's put that on aside. See what else we got. I can show you the patterns at the same time. That's kind of neat, but a little bit busy. Ooh, I kind of like that one a lot. That looks really pretty with it. Kind of complementary colors. So let's go ahead and flip that over, see what else we got. We got this, again, a little on the busy side. We could do the coral, but I kind of like the pop, I think, of the yellow and coral. But let's go ahead and put one of those over there too. That might be an option. Maybe I'll use it as an accent piece. What's this one? So this is really pretty. Again, a little busy with the butterfly. You could do that. I feel like the paper kind of takes a little bit more control on that one when you pair it with these colors. This one, yeah, not so much. Could do the blue though, but I think I like the other options better. So let's go ahead and put this aside. Pull back our papers. And let's see. There's that one, which is really pretty. I still kind of like this yellow. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the yellow. And then I may use this piece as an accent piece. So with that said, now I can think about what I want for my card base. And honestly, I think I'm actually going to do a white card base. I'm going to see if I have any top fold white. Because I feel like I want a top folding card. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to use this as my card base. Okay, and now, which butterfly do I want? I've kind of been using this one as my guide, so I'll probably, although I really love that one, maybe we'll use this one, and it works still. So let's go ahead and, yeah, let's cut it this way. So I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4 on this. Like that, and that will be on my card base, and then we can have this as the focal, but I feel like I want like a circle or something under there, so maybe my stitched shapes, actually let me just see if I have any big circles die cut already in here, just to save some time. I don't really pick stitched circles and not use them generally, so something like that. Whoops, that's a double. But I feel like we need another, like a green in there just to kind of counter it. Hold on, let's see what else I got in my bag of tricks. Let me try my other bag of tricks and see if I have, it doesn't look like, you know what I want to do? I'm going to do a green stitched circle. So let me grab my stitched shapes, if I can find them. I just used them earlier. Okay, so we'll use this one. I love these stitched shapes. They're one of my favorites. So I think this will be good, this size. And I'm going to do it in, I think Pear Pizzazz. But let's just check to see if that's the best color. Because I think you could go a little bit darker too. But yeah, I think this will work. So let's cut one of these. Hang on one second. I'm going to cut it back here just because there's more room. So I'm going to go ahead and put the stitch shape on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And I'll roll that through and get a, wait for it, a stitched circle. These dies are honestly one of my favorites. You get the circles, the ovals, and the squares in like 3 or 4 different sizes of each shape. And it's just one of my very favorites. Okay, I'm going to do that. I actually think I'm going to also do some linen thread just for that nature-y look. So I'm going to wrap this around the middle a couple of times. Hold on, I'm going to want to tie a bow, I think. So let me leave a little extra on the side here. And then I'm going to wrap it. Let's do, I think twice will be good. Then we will tie this in a knot and then a bow. Just gives you a little more stability if you tie the knot first, although it does sometimes make the bow land a little wonky, so you may need a glue dot to kind of hold it in the place you like, but sometimes it works fine. It all depends. So yeah, so see how it's kind of folding forward a little bit? So I'll just take, and honestly, when I put this stuff on, it will probably hold it still for me anyway, but I'm gonna just take a little mini glue dot, fold that over, and then stick my bow right into that. And that will keep it kind of where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna trim this down just a little bit. I kind of like the long edges. And we'll stick that down. I'll probably stick this under here just because it's easier. Whoop. So we'll slip that under there. Stick that down. I think I can stick this down too. Oops. So we'll add a little bit of adhesive here. Like that. Okay. And then I think I'm going to put this one on with some glue dots because I like to leave the wings so that they can kind of fly up a little bit. They of course probably will get smushed when I put them in an envelope, but I like that look. So I'm going to stick that kind of in the middle and fold those up a little bit. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back of this. Like that. And we can stick this right here. Okay. All right, now of course we're gonna need some bling, right? And I feel like I want shiny bling, so I'm gonna go with, if I have any, which I might not. I have champagne, but I was looking for, that might work, but I was looking for actually the regular rhinestones. But I don't know if I have any right now. I have these too. But I feel like I want more subtle. It's kind of an elegant card. And I can't find any other ones. So let's just use the champagne. The only problem is I don't have any little ones, although let me just check my little stash here. See if I have any smaller ones. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to take your pick tool, and we can use some of these bigger ones on the butterfly. I tend to like to put them right on the butterfly body often. Since this is a big butterfly, we'll go ahead and use 3 of those. Okay. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of these smaller ones elsewhere. And here, like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do there, and whoops, 1 over there. There we go. Odd numbers. It's kind of overkill, maybe, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, yeah, so I don't know. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Wink of Stella. We'll add that to the wings. I should probably, I said this the last time I did a video too, I should probably get my other one out because this one doesn't have much left. But it is adding a bit of glitz here. You do want to be careful because your glitter pen can kind of act like a blender pen and kind of bleed things a little bit, so just be careful. I probably should have been more cautious of how I was applying that. So pretty. There you go. Super simple. I don't have a sentiment on here, so maybe we should look at some sentiments. I have the many messages, but I don't really want to stamp another whole giant thing of stamps at the moment. And I have some already pre-cut, but they're on navy cardstock. And I don't think it actually isn't that bad, but let's see. I just want a little one. Let's see what it looks like. Sending a smile your way would be cute. It actually kind of looks pretty with the navy, actually. Maybe I will leave it with the navy. It's kind of a really bold pop of color, but in a small dose. So let's go ahead and do that. I will probably, I'm going to kind of squish it a little bit after having popped up the wings, but I think I'm going to pop this on with some dimensionals too. I'll use the mini dimensionals. Look at that. So pretty. Such a unique color scheme, but I actually really like it. All right, so this was one that I did as a Teach Me Tuesday a couple of weeks ago. It's featuring the Many Messages bundle, and that's a really pretty one too. So I'm going to do that. And there you go. Finished card. I really like that one, actually. What do you guys think? I hope you like it too. So if you have any questions about the Butterfly Brilliance bundle, just let me know. But otherwise, I think this is a great, great thing to treat yourself with this spring. How many fun and beautiful cards could you make for friends and family just to brighten up their day a little bit? Just make sure you grab yourself a Wink of Stella at the same time, because you're going to want it, because it just works so beautifully on those butterfly wings. Okay, thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my Teach Me Tuesday videos. And if you liked this video, as always, I love when you go ahead and like it for me. It makes my day. All right, have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.